Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Chat and Chew. My name is Gigi Naval, registered dietitian and faculty at Loma Linda University. And I am so excited because this is our first episode for this season. And I have such amazing students who will share a good amount of great information on fiber. And their episode is actually called Maximizing Your Meals with Fiber. But let's get to know them. So I have to my farthest right, Devin Kanata. Devin, welcome. Where are you from?
I'm from Redondo Beach, California. It's in the southern part of Los Angeles.
Oh, okay, very good. Redondo Beach, what a beautiful place.
It is. I love the beach, grew up there. It's always home.
Excellent. Why did you choose Loma Linda University?
Loma Linda University came up when I was looking for a program in nutrition and dietetics when I decided I wanted to be a dietitian. And it really just ticked all the boxes for me. It was a coordinated program. It was pretty close to home. Yeah. And it just had everything that I was looking for.
And you knew what to look for.
Yes, absolutely.
So that was helpful. Way to go. Wonderful. Thank you. And I want to welcome Holly Gothan. Hello, Holly. Where do you hail from?
I am from Swim, Washington.
Swim. Wow. I've never heard of swim until yesterday.
Oh, it's swim with the Q.
Swim.
Yes.
Swim. Okay. Yeah. So tell us, why did you decide to go into dietetics?
What got me interested in dietetics, I've wanted to be a dietitian since I was 16, actually, when I took my first health class in high school. And so I just love learning about food. And I think if I didn't end up studying nutrition, I probably would have gone to culinary school.
I think you could still do that afterwards.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, that would be a nice combination. Wonderful. Okay, thank you. And welcome, Numi Kotri.
Yes.
Numi, where do you come from?
I'm from Mexico. I just moved to the U.S. in 2020, and I live in Murrieta. It's close to Temecula.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Now, tell us, what does your first job right after school, like right when you get your RDN, what would that look like for you?
I think I would love to work in a hospital. Just to get the experience and get to know how everything works, the hospital.
True.
And I feel that if I gain that knowledge, it will be just easy to decide what I like.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel everything, it's different how it works in Mexico. So I would love to explore the possibility and all the options that I have here in the U.S.
That's a great plan. Thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome, Savannah Malky. Savannah, where do you come from?
I live in Glendora, California, which is about 45 minutes away from here, towards LA area. Nobody really knows where it is. It's a small little city.
Yes. Okay, very good. So when all is said and done, what will be your ultimate dream job as a dietitian?
Yeah, so as a dietitian, my dream job would probably be to have my own private practice. I'm still exploring the niche that I would like to go into because there's so many opportunities as a dietitian and so many interesting nutrition-related fields. So I'm still exploring that realm, but I do like to have that flexibility, especially because later on in life I do want to have family, so it helps with that as well.
It's good strategic planning.
Yes.
Very good. Wonderful. So I'm excited to talk about maximizing your meals with fiber. So let's start off with the first question that comes to my mind. So what is fiber?
Yeah, so I can answer that question.
Great.
Fiber is a non-digestible carbohydrate, and it comes from a wide range of plant foods. So that's things such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, nuts. And unlike protein, carbohydrates, and fats, which can be broken down by the enzymes in our bodies, fiber cannot be broken down, and so it remains pretty much intact as it goes throughout our digestive system.
Yeah, that's such a really neat thing. So then my next question is, are there different types of fiber? And if so, what are they?
Yeah, so there's actually two different types of fiber. There's soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. So soluble fiber is soluble in water, and which means it dissolves in water. And when it does this, it forms this gel-like substance.
Right.
And the benefit of that, it has a wide range of benefits, but one of them being it can lower cholesterol levels. And so some food sources of that include most fruits such as citrus, fruits, berries, apples, also like oats, barley, and a lot of vegetables such as carrots and broccoli.
You're making me hungry. Just listing
This is just
all
a
those
sneak
foods. Yes, and listening to how you listed that makes me hungry. Wonderful.
Yeah, and then there's also another type, which I mentioned is insoluble fiber. So that does not dissolve in water, and it remains pretty much unchanged as it goes throughout our bodies. And the main function of this is to add bulk and weight to our stool, so our poop, because it helps move things along
Oh, yes.
smoothly. It's known to regulate our bowel movements, so it's really important for our digestion. And some food sources of this include whole grains, wheat bread, wheat bran, and some types of fruits, mainly the skin of fruits, and certain types of vegetables as well.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is wonderful. So then, okay, what are your favorite foods that contain fiber and a dish you use them in? Would love to hear from every single one of you.
Yeah, I'll start with this one.
Okay.
So I love vegetables. So I'm going to sort of talk about my favorite fiber food in that realm. And for me, especially right now in the fall season, it's Brussels sprouts. Very great. They're high in fiber. And I love just roasting some Brussels sprouts in the oven or in the air fryer and just serving them as a side vegetable in all my meals.
Wow. Do you add any sauce to it, or you just like it just as is?
You know, it's kind of depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of balsamic on
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I think that hits the spot. Sometimes just a little bit of olive oil, toss it with a little bit of salt and pepper, and they're excellent. I love them.
Delicious. Great. Anybody else would love to hear?
I'll go next.
Yes.
So my favorite high fiber food would probably be oatmeal.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to have for breakfast in the morning. I just love it with like peanut butter and some berries. It's very yummy. But also what I love about oatmeal is that it contains a type of fiber called viscous gel forming fiber, which is what makes oatmeal considered a heart healthy food because it really helps to lower cholesterol in the body.
Yummy, yay for oatmeal. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. I bet there's something that Numi likes.
Yes, I'll do it next.
Okay.
Okay, I think my favorite it will be green apples. I love sweet, but not that sweet. So I think it's like a perfect balance, and I will love. I always love to eating green apples, like cutting into small cubes.
Yes.
And using as a topping cottage cheese and granola and a little bit of honey. And other way that I really love to eat green apples is cutting the apples into slices and dipping them into peanut butter.
Oh my, I'm really hungry now listening to you say that.
Yeah. So
Thank you. So what about you, Savannah?
Yeah, so my favorite fiber-rich food is probably chickpeas. I love chickpeas. I'm also Middle Eastern, so we cook a lot with it, especially making it into like hummus and certain dishes. But my favorite way to cook it, especially, it's a very quick way to cook it, but I use it in the air fryer just for like 10 minutes, and it has that like nice crunch to it.
I love crunch.
I know, and it's really good. Season it, and I usually add it to a bowl with rice and arugula, sweet potatoes, tofu, and avocado, and then I add some sauce on top. It's really good.
Yes, that sounds amazing. Wow. So then, thank you everyone for sharing. Now, what are the health benefits of fiber?
I can respond to that one.
Okay.
I think we already talk a little bit about that, but
Yes,
fiber has a lot of benefits in our health. Some of them are help to our gastrointestinal health, as Amanda was mentioned. Also helps to lowering blood cholesterol, as we already mentioned too.
Yeah.
And it helps to control blood pressure, controls our blood glucose levels, and it can also help to our weight management.
Okay. Oh, I bet a lot of ears just perked up with that one. Yeah, very good. So then, how much fiber should we have on a daily basis?
women should be aim for 25 grams of fiber per day, while men should be target 38 grams per day. Or they can also do it based on the calorie intake. It will be 14 grams per every 1,000 calories.
Okay, 13 grams per 1,000 calories.
Oh, sorry, 14. I made a mistake. 14 grams per every 1,000 calories.
All right, thank you. Wonderful. So then, how can anybody get more fiber in our meals?
Well, that's a great question, and I can actually take this one.
All right.
So fiber is found, as we said, in a lot of plant foods. So making something that we call food swaps is a great way to get more fiber into your diet. So including some whole wheat varieties of pasta instead of your regular pasta, also getting whole wheat bread instead of the white bread, and then brown rice instead of white rice. Also supplementing your diet with a lot more beans and legumes and nuts. Those are great ways to get fiber, seeds as well. And something that not a lot of people know is popcorn is actually a really great high fiber snack. So
look at that.
If you're looking for that crunch like we talked about earlier,
yes.
and you're just in a snacky mood, grab some popcorn maybe instead of potato chips, because the popcorn has a little bit more fiber content.
Woo.
And I understand not everyone loves whole grains and brown rice and whole grain wheat pasta. Has come leaps and bounds. When they first came out, a lot of people are like, ooh, not so much for me. But a good way to do it is maybe to start adding in a little bit at a time, maybe swapping out 1 or 2 meals for the whole wheat varieties. And that way you can sort of build yourself up to, and maybe even start to figure out that you do like it. So
that's
adding it in a little bit slowly at a time is one great way to supplement your fiber. And then another thing is pairing up your less fiber dense foods with higher fiber foods. So if you're going to have a white rice bowl, maybe add a lot more vegetables or beans or any of the high fiber foods that we talked about.
Oh, nice. So what are more examples of that nutrient pairing or examples of nutrient pairing?
So some of the high fiber foods, which Devin was just mentioning, such as whole grains, legumes, and nuts, these are all actually considered plant-based sources of protein. So the difference between plant-based protein and animal-based protein is that plant-based protein, these foods, they come with an incomplete amino acid set. So in order to have a complete protein, you need to kind of pair them together like 2 puzzle pieces in order to make a complete protein for our bodies to use. And then versus animal-based proteins, they already come with a complete amino acid set. And so there's no need for us to pair these types of proteins with any specific food. So protein pairing for plant-based protein would look like having beans with rice or peanut butter on toast, or another one that I really like is having pita bread with hummus. Yeah, and then another type of food pairing that you can do with high fiber foods is what we call nutrient pairing. So an example of this would be spinach and citrus fruit. Let's say you have a spinach salad and then you add a squeeze of lemon juice to it. Yes. The lemon juice the vitamin C in the lemon juice, it actually helps to bring out the iron in the spinach, which makes it more absorbable and bioavailable for our bodies. So those are just some more examples of food pairing.
Yeah, that's great. So then why is nutrient pairing so important?
So whole foods on its own, they're great, but we can really use them to complement each other to make them more beneficial to our bodies.
Ooh, look at that. It makes it more beneficial for us. Great. I loved our discussion. And now I'm really excited for what you are going to show us, some little demos. So please feel free to go over there to the table right now, and I'll be joining you in a second. So yeah, go on over there.
All right.
Thank you for what you're sharing, what you have shared thus far.
Yeah. Thank you.
All
Thank you.
right. Yes.
All right, so we're going to start with breakfast foods. And so my favorite breakfast would be oatmeal. We prepared ahead of time this overnight oats. And so the recipe for this was we took a 1/3 cup of rolled oats, a 1/3 cup of yogurt. We used Greek yogurt because it's high in protein. and then also a 1/3 cup of milk. And then we also added a tablespoon of chia seeds and a tablespoon of flaxseed to add some healthy fats and more fiber to this. And so what I'm gonna do with this is honestly, it's a great breakfast to prepare the night before so that you can just grab it and go ready for your day. So what I have here are some pumpkin seeds. So I'm just gonna add some of that to the top of this. So that really adds some more fiber and protein to this. And then you can just top this with any fruit you'd like. So we have strawberries here, and then blueberries, raspberries, and then a banana. So I'm just gonna slice some of this on top.
Yeah, one of the great things about this meal is it's super customizable to any of your preferences. As she was saying, you could add really any kind of fruit that you're looking for, berries, bananas. Some people even like to add more seeds like flax seed to add a little bit more of a healthy fat profile. And it really is just super customizable, super easy to make ahead of time, and a grab and go meal. And we really love this, especially in the morning. It really keeps you full and keeps you going for all day long, really. It's a great, excellent meal.
Yep, so there we have it. It's very dense and packed with fiber. And then I just have this handy lid that I could squeeze on top.
Perfect on-the-go breakfast.
Yes.
That is one of my favorite breakfasts too.
Especially in school that we don't have like enough time.
Yes,
You just like grab
Absolutely.
it and go.
For sure. Okay, so after our breakfast, we're gonna have some lunch. So what we have here is a grain bowl that is packed with fiber from a wide range of vegetable sources. So first, I like to start off my bowls with a base. So that's either spinach, or sometimes you can also add kale or arugula. Arugula is my favorite. So I'm just gonna put this. And also, spinach is a great source of iron, of plant-based iron. So like Holly mentioned earlier, or we can just add a little bit more. Like Holly mentioned earlier, when you squeeze some vitamin C, so some lemon on top of the non-heme iron, so the plant-based iron source, it helps to make it more absorbable, and it also helps to make it taste better.
Yeah, functional and tasty. We love it.
Exactly. Okay, and then next is kind of our other base. I like to add a mixture of a whole grain and a type of green. So this here we have is brown rice, which is a great source of fiber. And as we know, fiber helps to lower cholesterol levels, regulate blood sugar levels, and it just keeps you full for longer periods of time.
Yeah, another great thing about this one, again, super customizable, but also just so dense with nutrients, and all of that spinach and that rice is really going to go a long way in keeping you full. And it sort of goes back to what Numi was mentioning earlier about how high fiber foods tend to help us with weight management, because by packing in a lot of that fiber, you're going to be a little less hungry throughout the day.
Yes, definitely. And then we have another source of fiber and plant protein. And similar to what Holly was mentioning, it's good to pair these plant proteins together to get that complete amino acid. And just as a suggestion, you can get canned foods or canned chickpeas. It's easier, more accessible, and it is cost efficient. So when you're looking for chickpeas, it's important to get a low sodium version, but if you don't, you can also rinse it out and to decrease the sodium intake.
Yeah, fun fact about this, we call them chickpeas or garbanzo beans. It can confuse some people sometimes.
Yeah.
However, they are the same thing. So if you hear chickpeas and you're like, wait a minute, I thought this called for garbanzo beans, same thing. No worries there.
And now we're gonna add some tomatoes, which it has a bunch of different vitamins and antioxidants such as lycopene, which helps to reduce the risk of certain types of cancer and heart disease. So we're just gonna toss that on there. Okay, we're just gonna put it all.
Can never go wrong with too much tomato.
Might be a little too much, but it's okay. And then next we have cucumbers. Devin, I know you love cucumbers.
Cucumbers are a personal favorite.
They're actually made of 95% water. So they have fiber and they help you stay hydrated.
Yeah, it's actually really important, especially when you're eating high fiber, to make sure you're getting appropriate hydration. Not just when you're eating high fiber. I think hydration's super important at all times, but especially something like cucumber, you can eat your hydration, so it's really fun.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, and then the most important part.
My favorite.
The avocado, which is a heart-healthy fat. It has the main source of fat in this is monounsaturated fats, which is great for heart health and helps to regulate blood sugar levels as well.
Yeah, and again, avocados, everyone loves them, and some people are afraid because you hear the word, oh, avocado is full of fat. However, it's really important to note that this is what we consider a very healthy fat. Monounsaturated fats, as Savannah said, are really good for your heart, and they actually have so many numerous health benefits. So don't fear the fat, especially if it's from an avocado.
Fats are your friends.
Absolutely.
And you can add it to any bowl that you make, really.
Yes.
Yeah, and then this bowl, like we said earlier, super customizable. If you feel like you want a little bit of extra protein kick, feel free to add your favorite protein source to this. You know, this would be great with some tofu or meat alternative, or really any protein source that you could think to add to this. It's really customizable to what you are feeling.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can even top it with some sauces and even add a little bit more lemon because it tastes good with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is our green bowl.
Looks really good. Okay, so now Devon and I, we want to give you some idea of snacks that are a good nutrient pairing. So as we talk, popcorns are an excellent source of fiber, and it's an easy snack. And also, if we add a little bit of nutritional yeast, we will add more nutrients to this snack. Nutritional yeast is high in vitamins, B vitamins, especially vitamin B12, which is very important, especially for those that are following a vegetarian diet. And it also contains protein and vitamins and minerals, so it's a really good pairing because we are increasing our vitamins and minerals intake as well, our fiber intake, and also we're adding more protein to this snack, and the taste is really good because it's it tastes like cheesy. So
Yeah, it's a little cheesy,
I love
a little
cheesy.
absolutely.
So
And
yeah.
something great about popcorn is, you know, it's readily available in a lot of prepackaged things, but it's also super easy to make at home. You just get some popcorn kernels and then a little bit of olive oil or your favorite fat source, and you can just put it on the stove and pop it yourself, season it yourself, and you've got a heart-healthy, fiberful snack.
Yes.
And another one that we have here, we have our pita bread and vegetables. And these are great, as we mentioned earlier, to pair with nut butters and hummus to really get that complete protein. They're high in fiber. You got your protein, your fiber. It's super simple. You just take, you know, your pita, don't mind if I do, get a little bit of hummus, and you can spread it on there. And right there, that's a perfect bite. It's just so simple and really delicious. And it's a great, easy snack.
Yes.
So I think if our good friend Dr. Naval is ready, we can come sample some of this delicious food that we've made.
Oh my.
Yeah.
This is the part that I love even more. I mean, I love everything else,
Oh,
the
yeah.
conversation.
Of course.
Where should I start?
Oh, do you want to start with the snacks,
You know,
breakfast?
What are you in the mood for? You in the mood for some breakfast?
I'm in the mood for some breakfast.
All right,
Okay,
so I think it'd be a
okay,
great
that
place to start at the overnight oats.
Hey, all right, so I could just help myself to this.
Absolutely.
Mmm.
Make sure to dig in there. You got to
Dig.
get.
I
can like
Gotta get the
really
oats.
mix it up too. Yeah.
Ooh, some of it's popping out, but it's all good. But isn't this just so amazing just looking at it?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take a nice little bite here. Wow. I love the combination of sweet and then a little tart or sour.
Oh yeah. So with this, we tried not to get any yogurt that had sweetener in it. We just got the plain
Yeah.
yogurt, and then because the fruit that you add to it and the nuts that really adds its own natural sweetener to it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a
great
great
point. Mhm.
Great way to cut down on that added sugar.
Yeah.
Yes, so true, because all of the other ones can have like 12 grams
Oh,
of
yeah.
sugar in one. So good point.
Yeah. And adding cinnamon powder to it as well enhances the flavors and adds like a certain sweet flavor to it as well.
That's
Tastes
true.
really good.
Cinnamon does that. It helps lower blood glucose too.
Another great way to help your body and fuel it.
Yes, so true. What's next?
All right, we got our grain bowl.
Grain bowl.
This beautiful bowl right here. Okay. Wow. How am I going to get everything?
Oh, I know. It's
I know. Getting
that's the
it in one
benefit of
plate.
having the bowl all to yourself. You know, you get to
Well,
work your way around it at your own pace.
Delicious. I love chickpeas. I love brown rice. I'm Filipino, so we always eat rice. And with the tomatoes, I didn't get the cucumber in there, but yum. Love it. So I'm going to put this here. And now, oh my word.
Right, we got
Snacks.
Snack City over here. So we have some popcorn and our grains and vegetables.
Okay. So I could just put my hand in the bowl.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, our hands are clean, right?
yeah, so clean. They are so clean. Look at this nutritional yeast. So amazing.
I love it, and it's so good for other things too. I actually do put it in my oatmeal in the morning. Oh, sorry. Oatmeal is a really neutral base, and so a lot of people see oatmeal and they immediately think sweet, but you can make a savory oatmeal as well. And putting something like nutritional yeast, maybe some, veggie sausage crumbles, a little bit of egg, something like that. You can make a really nice savory oatmeal in the morning. So if sweet breakfast isn't for you, don't count out oatmeal.
Yeah, so true. I have never thought of putting nutritional yeast in my oatmeal. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I have some at home, so I'm going to do that right away for breakfast tomorrow. Good thing. Okay, so we got one more thing here. Oh, yes. Love hummus. Love pita bread.
Hummus is so great. And again, this is one of those things that you can buy really readily at all the stores, or as Savannah mentioned, you can make it homemade. It's made out of chickpeas or garbanzo beans. And it's actually a pretty fun recipe to make.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's not too
complex.
Yeah.
This is fabulous. Okay, so, I think that eating well is fun and it's not hard. What are your thoughts?
I agree. I really think that these are all super delicious, super nutritious meals that are not crazy hard to make. It's, we made it pretty quickly right here in front of you.
Yes.
And it's just so easy to make something that's delicious, satisfying, and it really helps our body move throughout the day.
Yes, and it really doesn't cost a ton of money though.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
With the prices being so high with groceries, it doesn't really cost much.
Yeah, actually all of this was under $50.
Look at that.
And there's more to spare.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. Well, I just want to thank all of you for being here today and for sharing such great information. I love the energy that I felt with this group, and I loved what you delivered. And you know what? We can never, ever get tired of the topic of fiber because sometimes we just don't focus on it on our daily lives, but we need to remember it. And so thank you so much for joining us on Chat and Chew, and see you at the next episode.